Good morning. This is Sailor the Piper Man, Piper the Sailor Man coming to you on a beautiful Sunday morning. It's nice and sunny. Sun's out, the breeze is out here on the island of Puerto Rico. This is my retiring spot. I hope everybody's well, or those in the southern states, those in Louisiana, those in Georgia, and the states that has been flooding. My prayers go out to all of you, and hopefully you can all work together to resolve whatever situation that you're going through. As for myself, I'm going to be doing now a series, historical. I had to go deep into historical archives, and because I'm a history buff, my minor was world religion and history of world religion. And when it comes to pipe as a tobacconist, back in the day, there wasn't social media like there is now. It was just coming along, and I was able to have great success in converting a tobacco shop into an online service. We were one of the first ones in New York to do that. De La Concha was. And I happened to be at the forefront of that. And I was able to use all the services available to me, and people would get online or call the store and order something. And then I, in turn, would be able to send the packages out all over the United States, all over the world. My best customer actually was from Turkey, who used to come in every 6 months. Turkish uh, ship owner. He used to own some of the biggest ships, and during uh, Ship Week in New York, it was something called like Ship Week. His ship would pull in. He would pull in, and the first thing he would do is come to the store, "Hey, Miguel," and, and order his favorite blend. Would want me to ship it out to him. I think I have that story in one of the other videos, earlier videos I made. I think it's a video Cigar Boom. I actually talk about this gentleman. Well, I figured for newcomers, as well as old timers, as you know, the older you get, you tend to forget things. So I just started researching this company. The reason why, I've always been partial to Captain Black. I think not this particular, but the original. But this is great too, the Royal. I've always been partial to it. Uh, the construction, the production, the maintenance of the same tobacco blend, the consistency, the viability. How you can get this all over the United States and abroad, especially for military personnel. I don't know if it's being sold still in the PXs, but when I was in the service, you could pick up tobacco in the PXs in the naval bases. At the time, there was still a lot of pipe smokers, sailors, pipe smokers, and it was pretty interesting talking to a lot of these old timers that came out of the Vietnam era and were still in the military when I got there. Already Master Chief, Chief Petty Officers, you know. So I caught the tail end of the Vietnam vets, and I went in 1976. It wasn't very popular to be a soldier back then, and I felt a need. I felt grateful that I should serve, and I had lost an uncle in Vietnam, and two other very close relatives, and I wanted to do my family proud. We've always had service members in each decade, actually, that I know of American history. Each decade in the American history from 1776, somebody has served from my family tree in the United States military. Even when I went back and did my DNA analysis, I found some shocking things of certain relatives and their archives and military records that they served in the armed service in the War of 1812, Civil War, Spanish-American War, World War I, World War II, Korean War, and I'm grateful. That's my legacy is, and my family's legacy. We're very proud of serving the country that we live in. We're pit bulls, man. We're soldiers. We see ourselves as soldiers. Our DNA proves it. And so, getting back, I'm drifting off to something else. I'm getting back to this. I'm covering Lane Limited Tobacco Company's history. Here it goes. Lane began in Dresden, Germany in 1890, selling tobacco, and began its life in America in 1938 when Herman G. Lane, a grandson of the founder, immigrated to America. Notice 1938, just prior to Nazis taking total control. He booked, you know. When you see certain dates, it reminds you, why do people immigrate? Well, he immigrated because the Nazis were taking over. So when Herman G. Lane, grandson of the founder, immigrated to America and restarted the Lane brand in Manhattan, New York, Lane Limited was located at 25 Beekman Street. I passed that and I didn't know this so many times. New York City, Beekman Street, New York City, from that time until 1983, when the company was moved in its entirety to Tucker, Georgia, where it is currently located. Lane boasts that despite many sales and transfer, there are Tucker, Georgia employees who started at the original Manhattan plant. So usually when you went to work with Lane Limited, you were there long term. A lot of the and what that does for your product is brings consistency. It's like if you want to create a dynasty, whether it be football, baseball, you get good people, quality people work for you, and they're able to work as a team. They then produce. So Lane Limited had, when it moved to Georgia in 1983, a lot of the workers from way back from New York. So it tells you the reason why, and probably their sons and sons ended up being part of the company. It says Lane is currently owned as of March 2011, this is a time back, by the Scandinavian Tobacco Group of Copenhagen, Denmark. Prior to that date, they were a subsidiary of Reynolds American Incorporated. Lane continues to be the bedrock of the tobacco industry. Wow. They have also, however, had an influence on the sale of smoking pipes since the U.S. creation, importing leading pipe brands such as Dunhill, Sheraton, and many others. Sheraton even produced a pipe called the Crown Achievement for sale by Lane. Yeah, I used to buy the packs of Lane Limited, and they would have an offer to buy a pipe or the Captain Pipe. I used to call it Captain Pipe pack. And I ordered one. I finally went out and placed an order, sent my money, order it. And that guy was excellent pipe. I'm trying to find captive pipe. If you know of any, let me know. I would want to buy one of those pipes because it's memory for me to have it in my stable and say, hey, it's a conversation piece. Now, but back then I used the heck out of those pipes. In addition, Lane Limited uh, owns the Dr. Graybo Company. This I didn't know. In addition, Lane Limited owned the Dr. Graybo Company from 1992 until approximately 2005. Lane continues to be a major player in the U.S. pipe market and elsewhere, acting on their own and as part of the Dunhill Group distributing pipes by a great many makers. So, let's say you was in Italy and you needed a pipe to get to the United States, you would go through Lane Limited. The Danish would go through Lane Limited. Somehow they were also involved in wholesale distribution. I don't know how that worked out, but that's what this says. So Graybo, it worked with Dunhill, and then you read, if you can find a copy, it is the long out of print article, Leaves from Tobacco Man's Log. You can get the PDF right here on this site, pedia.org. That's what I'm reading from. So we see Lane Limited is a great impact in the last century